Rookie Read About Science, Icebergs, Ice Caps, and Glaciers by Allan Fowler. The top of a high mountain can get very cold, so cold that snow doesn't melt. The snow piles up, tightly packed, until it turns to ice. The ice works its way downhill. It follows the easiest path, cutting or deepening a valley. This river of ice is called a valley glacier. It is much slower than a river of water. A glacier might move no more in a day than the size of a single letter on this page. Most glaciers move less than 1 foot a day. As it creeps downhill, the valley glacier changes the shape of the land. It picks up boulders, grinds them down, and carries them from one place to another. Rocks, stones, gravel, sand, and soil are pushed along by the glacier. When a glacier melts in warmer weather, it leaves great piles of this material behind. Not all glaciers stay in a valley. Some, known as ice caps, spread out over the land. One ice cap covers most of the big land of Greenland, close to the North Pole. These ice caps are more than 2 miles thick in places. Icebergs are born where the Greenland and Antarctic ice caps reach the sea. Huge chunks of ice break off, often with a noise as loud as thunder. We say that the ice cap is calving. This is the same word we use when a mother cow has a baby or a calf. The chunks or icebergs then float away. The ice floats in water instead of sinking because ice is lighter than water. How big is an iceberg? Many of them are several miles long. Some are much longer. An iceberg bigger than the state of Rhode Island broke off from Antarctica in 1996. An iceberg may stand above the water higher than a 15-story building, but that's just the part you can see, the tip of the iceberg. The part you don't see, because it's underwater, is about 8 or 9 times as big as the part you do see. Hard to believe? Try this at home. Fill a clear glass partway with water, then put an ice cube in it. You'll notice that only a little of the cube sticks out of the water. It's the same with icebergs. Like the ice cube in your glass of water, every iceberg melts, sooner or later. That iceberg that's as big as Rhode Island is expected to float as much as 10 years before melting completely. Icebergs used to be a great danger to ships. One night in 1912, a huge ocean liner, the Titanic, hit an iceberg in the North Atlantic Ocean and sank. Ever since then, patrols have been keeping watch for icebergs and warning ships away from them. No two icebergs are shaped exactly alike. An iceberg may remind you of a storybook castle sparkling in the sunlight, or a jagged mountain, or a long white ship. A giant iceberg is a sight you will never forget, as long as you see it from a safe distance. But you might see a glacier up close. There are even special buses that let you ride on top of certain glaciers. Words you know: ice and snow, valley, iceberg, ice cap, glacier, calving.